NearlyDanish.com.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, so we're doing Infos at Porn, November 2022. All right, so 26 people got this wrong. This is one of those questions that you must know the answer to. It is a frequently asked question. Go to the portion of the book that talks about the rights that are protected in Grundlagen. In this case, it's freedom of expression, freedom of speech. And some of the times they talk about the rights to own private property, as well as the other ones that are protected. So make a list of all the rights that are protected in Grundlagen, because they could ask a question about any one of those rights. All right, next one. Next. All right, this question was a current affairs question in 2021. And the theme of this is Danish excellence on the world stage. In this case, a Danish movie winning an Oscar. However, of course, this is from 2022, so then it became history, and that was part of the book. It was added to the book and showed up here. This is a not frequently asked question. So this was one of the new questions in November 2022. I can see 18 people got this wrong. Well, yeah, these questions can show up. And oh yes, just to emphasize, this is from chapter 5. So remember what I said. A lot of the new questions come from chapter 5. So pay special attention to chapter 5. Right, so Diamond is the highest climber, up 23 places.
Great job.
Next one. All right, you guys are doing really well. Round of applause. Only 18 people got this wrong. So Kanzlergeld for Leo, the context for this is the Great Depression that started in 1929. Thorvald Downing was prime minister at the time, and this was a settlement that was made at Kanzlergeld, where his office was located, and it was to help with the economic problems of that time. So that's the context of this. This is a frequently asked question, so this is one of the questions that you must know the answer to. On to the next one. All right, we have a static top 5. Samurai is the highest climber, up 23 places. Okay. So they are no longer Con Prince and Con Princess. They are now King and Queen. However, the name of their son stays the same. All right, so there is a formula for this. This is also a frequently asked question. Whenever the king's name is Frederick, the first son's name is Christian. Whenever the king's name is Christian, the first son's name is Frederick. All right, so 10 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. Okay. Jenny is the highest climber up 9 places.
Excellent.
Next one. All right, this was a brand new question. I'm not surprised that a lot of you failed this. And the 1000, the year 1000, yeah, okay. This is a brand new question, basically. This is from chapter 1. And never been seen before and haven't been seen again. But it's here now, you know it. The people that got it wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. Someone in the top 5 fell out, can't remember who. Abby is the highest climber up 25 places.
Great job.
There's a lot of people climbing today. Next one. One of the most frequently asked questions. All right, so Niels Bohr, most famous Danish physicist, won the Nobel Prize in 1922 for the model of the atom. This is a frequently asked question. That means it has a high probability of showing up on the next test. Sometimes they ask what year he won the Nobel Prize, and some other times they ask what he won it for, which is the case here. 22 people got this wrong, but the majority of you got this right. A round of applause to you guys. All right, so at the moment we have El Cochiloco at number 1, Kirby 9 at number 2, Vibe Have at 3, Maya 4, and Bold Meerkat 72 at 5. 8 players just hit an answer streak of 4.
Excellent.
Next one.
Uh-oh.
All right, Venstre has had the prime minister post, says which of the following parties has had the prime minister, has had the most prime minister posts since the system change in 1901? And the answer here is Venstre. I think this was a new question, but yeah, you could kind of figure this out because Venstre has been around since, is it 1870? It's the oldest party in Denmark's history, oldest political party in Denmark's history. All right, moving on. Actually, so someone said if Social Democratic Party was in the list, it should be. I'm not sure, you know. Please cross-check that before you accept it as true. Okay, so in this case, remember what I said. So we've come across a question where they were asking about the average lifespan of females. In this case, they were asking about the average lifespan of males. And so this has shown up as well. So take note, they could ask about males and females' average lifespan. About 55 people got this wrong, so this is definitely a weak spot for you guys. But like I always say,
Now you know what you don't know.
plug that knowledge gap. It will show up on your profile. All right. By the way, well done to all the people that have been practicing. I've been seeing a lot of activity on the site. There's people that have been practicing since we started, so they have 11-day streaks. I think El Cochiloco is one of them, if I'm not mistaken, but I see that name a lot. Round of applause to you guys. For the rest of you that haven't started practicing yet, please start. The earlier, the better for you. Raja is back in the game with 3 in a row, and he's on fire.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Next one. Also frequently asked question. Yes, so the Nordic Council is the organization that manages the cooperation between the Nordic nations. Okay, so we have 40 people that got this wrong, 100 people got this right. For the 40 people, now you know what you don't know. Plug that knowledge gap. It will show up on your profile. We're at question number 10 now. Okay. This is also a frequently asked question. I believe you guys have, we've come across this question in a Kahoot before. 1917, the Danish West Indian islands were sold to the US, and sometimes they do ask about the names of those islands, and it's Saint, I don't know if it's Cripes or something. I can't remember how to say that name. But we will be coming across a question that asks about those islands specifically. Dumbo is the highest climber up 10 places.
Excellent.
I've seen Dumbo's name in the newsfeed a lot, so well done, man. Keep up the good work.
Great job.
Right, next one. FAQ as well. All right, round of applause. Okay, so only 14 people got this wrong. So this was during Second World War, and the Jews from Denmark were taken from Denmark to Sweden in boats across Øresund to save them. This shows up a lot. Okay, Upgraded Joyce is back with an answer streak of 3.
She's on fire.
Excellent.
We have a static top 5, so I think everyone in the top 5 has a perfect score.
Static top 5.
Next one. So the prime minister can call an election before the time of the election. And I think that's what actually happened in 2022. So the year of the election, the cutoff date for the election was supposed to be 2023. but Mette Frederiksen called for an election in November 2022. For the 18 people that got that wrong, now you know what you don't know. Plug that knowledge gap. Thompson is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Next one. Also frequently asked question. All right, so the legislative power, the executive power, and the judiciary are split amongst so the legislative power is shared between the government and parliament, so Folketing and regering, and then executive power belongs to the government and judiciary belongs to the courts. So this is how power is split up in Denmark. 32 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
This is a frequently asked question. So please, you have to know the answer to this. All right, someone fell out. Roger is back in the game again. DRN is now number 3, Vibe have 4 and DR at 5. Next one. Oh yeah. All right, so in 2022, there was a referendum to scrap this is the year that the Ukraine war started, right? The war in Ukraine started. And there was also a referendum that year to scrap the reservations, security reservations that Denmark had with the EU. And that same year, they had the National Compromise Agreement, which was basically to invest more in Danish defense. So that's what this question is about. This is a brand new question. This happened in June of the same year. And this is the November test. All right, so Biz is in. Can't remember who fell out. 4 players just hit an answer streak of 4. All right, so remember what I said. Make a list of all the political parties in parliament, their leaders, the year that they were created, and also the year that they were first voted into parliament. So Dansk Folkeparti was created by Pia Kjærsgaard, and she used to be a member of the Progressive People's Party or something, with DKP. And what am I saying? No, it wasn't DKP. I can't remember the name of that party, but it was an old party. She left that party and created Dansk Folkeparti. She created it in 1995 and they got elected into parliament for the first time in 1998. So I can see 65 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. All right. El Cochi Loco is at number 1. We're not past the halfway point yet, so you don't get an explosion, you get just a regular one.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Perfect score.
We have 30 questions to go. You've seen this before. Torshavn is the Faroe Islands' biggest city. This is a frequently asked question. 47 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Plug your knowledge gap. It will show up on your profile.
Static top 5.
Next one. I'm actually quite surprised that this many people got this wrong. Almost half of you got this wrong. Okay, so this is about the plague. It's called the Black Death. It was an epidemic that killed about half the people in Europe. And this happened in the 1300s. This is a frequently asked question. And that is why I'm surprised. Is it that you guys didn't understand the question? But anyways, it is frequently asked. You must know the answer to this question. So please take note if you got this wrong. Next one. Genny is the highest climber, up 11 places.
Great job.
I gave away the answer to this if you guys were listening, but let's see. All right, yes. So previously the answer was no, but now the answer is yes since 2022. 10 people got this wrong, so I guess you weren't listening to what I was saying. But anyways.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. This is a brand new question from chapter 5. All right, not surprised a lot of you got this wrong. This was a brand new question from chapter 5. This was, I think, new information that was added to the book, and then it showed up in the test. So like I said before, pay close attention to chapter 5. We can see that I think there's been 2 or 3 new questions from chapter 5 in this specific test. So you can tell how important that chapter is. It's a lot about music, literature, movies, art, basically Danish culture. Yeah. For the people that got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
All right, someone is asking, has a new book been released? No, it hasn't. And they will not release the book until, I think, after this specific test. But I might be wrong. So let's see. If they do release a book, I will be updating the quizzes. And usually when they release the book, it's not a lot of information that gets changed. They add some sections, they remove some things, but not a lot. I will be creating a report on the changes that were made like I did the last time. All right. El Cochiloco made a mistake. I think he messed up on that question and it's fallen out of the number 1 spot. Kirby9, round of applause to you, man. Yeah, so Kirby9, I've seen this name a lot. This guy practices a lot. DRN, Biz, DI, and Octopus. I recognize the top 4 names. Octopus, not so much. But well done to all you guys.
Excellent.
SM is back with an answer streak of 3.
Oh my! He's on fire!
We are almost at the halfway point. All right, this is a frequently asked question, shows up almost every year. Jan Utzon designed the Opera House in Sydney. That's basically it. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
3 players just hit an answer streak of 7.
Great job.
Next one. Seen this before? Also FAQ. All right, well done. For the 17 people that got this wrong, please plug this knowledge gap because it will show up, or it could show up again. This is an FAQ. And when I say FAQ, I mean frequently asked question. And that means that it has appeared in at least 2 or more tests, 2 or more previous tests. So the probability of it showing up again is high. 3 players just hit an answer streak of 5. We have the same top 5.
Static top 5.
Next one. All right, so in the end of the 1960s, a lot of young people started revolting against Danish traditions and norms. This is a frequently asked question. One of the things that they revolted against was the idea of marriage, and people started living together in collectives. People started actually living together without getting married, amongst other things. Okay, so how many people got this wrong? 18 people got this wrong, so not too many. Round of applause to the rest of you. Three in a row, MG is back in the game.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Uh-oh.
This was a brand new question, and a lot of people got this wrong. Even I didn't know the answer to this. I wasn't sure of the answer to this, but we shall find out in a sec. Yes, so Greenland and the Faroe Islands are not members of the EU. I think, is it the Faroe Islands or was it Greenland used to be a member and then later left? 31 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. Static top 5. Not much is going on in this top 5. FAQ. This was also in the previous Kahoot. I have spoken about this as well. All right, so Denmark lost the second Slesvig War in 1864 and lost Tunaland. Right. How many people got this wrong? 27 people.
Now you know what you don't know.
MASH is back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Next one.
Uh-oh.
All right, so with the key word here is which of the following, okay? And In this list, it is Germany that Denmark trades the most with. Okay, so 29 people got this wrong. That was a new question. Octopus has now overtaken DI for the number 4 spot. Saraf is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Great job.
We are past the halfway point now. This should be a no-brainer, but let's see how you guys do. Yes, the answer is yes. You can be, the same person can be prime minister in more than one election cycle. There are no limits to how many election cycles the same person can be a prime minister. If you can manage to persuade the country forever, then you can be prime minister forever, theoretically. All right, 18 people got this wrong. Plug that knowledge gap. That is a frequently asked question. Nazrul is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Excellent.
Next one. Everyone should know this. Please get this right. Okay, this is one of the most frequently asked questions. It's the date that Grondloan was created, and that's 1849. The year is 1849. The specific date is the 5th of June, 1849. You will see many questions about this, okay, in all the previous tests, and possibly, actually, I think this question is going to show up in the next test. So please, if you're one of the 16 people that got this wrong, you need to get it right next time.
Now you know what you don't know.
Next one. All right, we have a static top 5.
Static top 5.
At the moment, we have Kirby 9, DRN, Biz, Octopus, and DI. Anjum is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Next one. We've talked about this before. All right, 4-4-5. So that's the formula that you need to remember. 4 years, every 4 years for parliamentary elections, every 4 years for communal and regional elections, and every 5 years for European Parliament elections. 11 people got this wrong. Get it right next time. It is frequently asked. Still static top 5. Next one. We've seen this before in the previous Kahoot. All right, so the highest point in Denmark is located in Østjylland, and it's called Møllerhøj. And it's 170 meters above sea level. Okay, how many people got this wrong? 52. Well,
Now you know what you don't know.
next one. Okay, everyone in the top 5 got that right. Round of applause. We all know this, we've seen this before. All right, Helle Thorning-Schmidt, first female prime minister elected in 2011. And now she is on a list of women who could possibly get a statue built of them in Denmark. Don't know if that's going to happen, but anyways, that's a potential current affairs question. Anyways, I digress. Coming back to this, how many people got this wrong? 8 people got this wrong. This is a frequently asked question. Very important. You need to know the answer to this. Get it right next time. Borgia is in and DI is out. Simona is the highest climber up 3 places.
Great job.
All right, 18 people got this wrong. This is an FAQ. It's about Staunsbundel from 1733. And the context of this is that the landowners wanted to secure free labor for at least 40 years. So they got the king to pass a law that made it impossible for anyone born in a specific place to leave until they were at least 40 years old. Thereby, in that way, they secured free labor for their land. This was lifted, I think, in 1788 or something along those lines. Can't remember exactly. It was 53 years, 55 years, something that it lasted. But anyways, we will be definitely seeing this again. This is an FAQ. So for the people that got this wrong,
Now you know what you don't know.
get it right the next time. We still have a static top 5. Well done to you guys. Okay, so Marty is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
We are getting to the end of the history section. Seen this before as well. Also FAQ, ombudsman, control instance for the public authorities, case handling with the public, and looks out to make sure there's no negligence or mistakes made during their case handling. It's an independent body that's appointed by the Folketing. So 17 people got this wrong. Plug that knowledge gap. You're going to see this again. All right, like I always say, the purpose of these Kahoots is for you to come here and make the mistakes here so you don't have to make those mistakes in the test on the day. MG is the highest climber up 4 places.
Excellent.
We have 3 more questions in the history part, and then we move to current affairs. All right, so the 17, what do they call them? Sustainability goals. I don't know what, I can't remember what they're called, but it's from the UN. How many people got this wrong? 44. This is not so frequently asked, but it's, yeah, you need to know this. Tonton is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Next one. Brand new question. Okay. The pop group Aqua made that song Barbie Girl. I'm sure most of you have heard it. This was new information that was put into the book and it showed up in the test, and this is from chapter 5. Okay? You keep hearing me say chapter 5. That's a very important chapter for new questions. Right, 7 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Last history question. Okay, at the moment we have Kirby 9, DRN, Biz Octopus, and Borgia in the top 5. Baltic Thunder is back with an active announcer streak of 3.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Baltic Thunder, I have seen your name in the activity, so well done to you. Last history question. Can I sing it? This is a brand new question, never shown up before. Okay, so this is a question about the Dao-Peng period in case of unemployment. Before, I think at the height of it, it was 7 years or something. Is it 7 or 5 years? But now I think it's 1 or 2 years, I'm not sure. So 35 people got this wrong. Not so frequently asked question, but brand new. Okay, we're moving into current affairs. The point is this is from November 2022. The point is to pay attention to the themes. I will be discussing the theme as we go over the question. And the reason I'm discussing the theme is for you to keep an eye out in the news for headlines that fit that theme, because those will be potential questions. All right, we're moving on. Everyone should know the answer to this. All right, so the theme here is, you've heard me say this before, you'll probably hear me say this again. Danish excellence on the world stage, okay? In this case, it's in sports. And the specific sport is cycling, Tour de France. Jonas Vingegaard won. Coincidentally, he won again in 23. So he's a double champ, although that didn't show up in the test. 14 people got this wrong. Now, at least you know the theme, even if you don't know the answer to the question. So be on the lookout for any Danish sports person, scientist, Danish movie, anything Danish that has won a major prize on the world stage. All right. Still static top 5. Persona is back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Persona has been practicing a lot. I see, I'm not sure if it's a guy or a girl, but I see your name a lot in the activity feed. And I see you moving up the ranks on the leaderboard too. All right, next one. Oh, it's a girl. All right. Oh yes, Saeed, you're right. He won something in Italy today, but not the full competition. All right, so the theme here is Denmark's political parties and their leaders. So basically the question here is, who's the leader of Denmark's Demokraterne? And it's Inger Støjberg. So there is a quiz in the current affairs section. I haven't put that on the profiles yet. I will be putting that, but it's a quiz about all the Danish, all the political parties in parliament, their leaders as well. All right, next one. Wow, these guys are not budging.
Wow!
Round of applause, man. Okay, and by the way, now that we are on the topic of current affairs, I just wanted to show you guys something. Let me get this up. Hopefully I didn't actually screw this up. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So there is a post in the Facebook group. Please, if you find anything relevant, post it here. I will be pinning this post to the top of the group. So it will be here in one of these featured. So I'll pin that up. If you find any relevant information, please pin that up there, okay? Thank you very much. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Okay, next one. All right, so this was about the, I think one of the pipe, I can't remember, Nordic Stream 1 or 2 exploded or something in Danish waters. The theme here is state affairs, and this was being investigated, and I think that investigation has closed. It was suspected sabotage, but nobody knows who did it. Yeah, the theme here is state affairs. So look out for any scandals. That's one. To any of these major like international things that involve Denmark. What else? We'll come across more examples as we go on. All right, we'll get to the last two. All right. Okay, so this was an election year, 2022. And whenever there's an election, whenever it's an election year, there usually is a current affairs question in the test. This year, there haven't been any elections, so there will not be any questions about elections in the test. But this shows up. On to the next one. So moving on to the last one. Okay, so in Fields, there was some dude that went and was shooting up the place. And the theme here is, you know, something along the lines of terror attacks happening in Denmark. Oh, shucks. Someone said they were there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's the theme for this. So far, have there been any crazy things happening in the last 6 months? Not to my knowledge. But if you find anything, please post it in the group under that post. All right, so now we're moving on to Danish values. SS is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
I think it's a lady, actually.
She's on fire.
Excellent.
All right, we have 5 more questions to go. Okay, so Danish values. Remember what I said to you the last time. The main thing is to actually look behind the question and not look directly at the question, okay? Try and figure out what is this question about. So as we now hit the questions, I want you guys to write in the chat what you think the question is about, okay? Let's see if you guys get this right. All right, so there's a lot of things to do with freedom. Someone said religious freedom. No, that's not it. Personal freedom, yes. Freedom in general, yes. And someone is asking in the actual exam, the Danish values questions are the last 5 questions, and the answer is yes. So the theme of this is freedom in general. So freedom of choice, freedom to make your own choices. In Denmark, individuals have freedom to make their own choices. And if you look here, the question starts with, according to Danish law, can one be sentenced to jail? And remember, usually when the question starts with that, the answer is yes. But of course, don't always, take that and just skip to yes. Look at the question, try and figure out what is this question about. In this case, you're violating someone's personal freedom if you're forcing them to get married based on some type of religious custom. Okay? So in this case, the answer is yes. And yes, for the people that mentioned freedom, you got that right. So remember what I said, look behind the question. What is the question about? The question in this case is about personal freedoms. And the question is all about violation of personal freedoms. All right. Specifically in the case of religious marriages, okay? So they could bring questions up about freedom in a different context. That's the point I'm trying to make. Next one. This one was a tricky one because if your vocabulary was not that great, you messed this one up. Yes. All right. So the theme here is children's rights, right? Protection of children's rights. And in this case, you can't sleep with someone under the age of 15. Even if they give you consent, you will be committing a crime and you will be sent to jail. All right, 15 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Like I said, the main thing is to figure out what the question is about and then look at the details. All right, we still have the same top 5 guys that have been here since question number 20 or something. Round of applause, man. "24 players have reached an answer streak of 4. Wow. We've got 3 questions to go. Okay, so the theme here is domestic violence, okay? Of course, it's illegal to beat up, to hit your spouse, whether it's a male or a female. Yeah. So we're moving on to the, wait, we've got two more actually. Yeah. All right, let me see if you guys will get this one right. What do you think the theme here is? Nah. It's close. Okay, so Denmark is a liberal country. Okay, so the theme I gave it was liberalism. So in this case, you can change your gender if you're 18 and also get a new CPR number. And why is that? Because Denmark is a liberal country that allows that. There's some countries that don't allow that. Okay, so 15 people got this wrong. The main thing here is to understand how to decode these questions. Okay, next one and last one. Okay, top 5, Kirby 9, DRN, Biz, Octopus, and Borja. Naresh is back with an answer streak of 3.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Last one. All right, what do you guys think this is? Keep going. More. I want more. More people should write. All right. So it's, yes, exactly. So it's gender equality, Lee Stilling, right? In the context of swimming pools. Now, when they ask about females and males being able to become bishops in the church, that is also gender equality, but in the context of dance folkekirken. So you're beginning to see this pattern, right? The main thing is to understand the context, the theme of the question, and then look at the details. And that will lead you to the answer. Okay? I hope you guys are beginning to understand that. Are you guys beginning to get that? Just let me know. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyways, this was the last question. Let's have a look at the podium. We got Biz at number 3. We got DRN at number 2. And Kirby 9 at number 1. Octopus at 4 and Borja at 5.
NearlyDanish.com.